Hello and welcome to another episode of Diet Culture Can Fork Off. Now, this episode, I'm going to talk about finding your place when you've never felt like you fit in. And as you know, if you follow me, this is something that's very close to my heart. Because I've spent much of my life feeling like I was standing on the outside of like everyone else's world. Trying to make myself fit into these boxes or like these shapes that just didn't fit, or so I could just feel like I belonged. Whether that when I was younger or teenager, I used to just like to blend in, like I said, or just never feeling like part of the clique. That's something I felt like definitely into my 30s, in some areas, and not all areas, but some areas. It was still something I did struggle with. And it did take me years to realise that maybe it's because I wasn't meant to fit in, wasn't meant to fit into those situations. Maybe I was meant to build something of my own, something that people who feel exactly like I did. And that's why I created MisFIT Club. That's the idea that it was born from, because I wanted to create something that was different, like not just a program, not a place to just fix yourself, or to, like even to fix yourself, because I don't agree with that. Um, I want it to be a home for women who have done the diets, followed the rules, tried to keep everyone else happy. And I'm talking to you people pleasers out there, and you're just done with it. So today, I really want to talk about what the MisFIT Club is really about, and how it can help you stepping into your own version of yourself as well, that you've been wanting for years but just not knowing how to do it. Because this is all about breaking those cycles, that all or nothing approach, and also those yo-yo diets that you've been stuck in from following the wrong programs for you. Okay, so I know, when that you have that feeling, don't you, when there's like this like empty feeling that comes from like you're trying so hard, yet it feels like it's not aligning, like you feel like you're getting it wrong. Like it feels like, you're in the like wrong habits, it's the wrong emotions, it's the wrong choices. Like it is like that square peg round hole thing. Like especially when it comes to certain coaching programs, they're very much done for a particular person, and sometimes you're not part of that, and you feel like on the outside of the community, you don't feel like fit in, you don't feel like your coach or your personal trainer gets you. And at least anyway, like that's how it feels. And it's what, I always feel like it's down to social norms as well. Like, oh, we should feel like this and you should do this, da 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 again. And it's like, no, like you don't have to go through like coaching or working on yourself feeling like it's you that's a problem, because it's not, okay? Like, again, with the social norms that are going to come in with, because I wanted to explain, like, I remember like looking in the mirror and thinking, like, oh, if I just be more disciplined, if I had more willpower, I just need to stop eating like XYZ. Like I really, really believed certain foods were bad and off limits and I should never have them. I thought if I could just do that, then I'll be smaller, I'll be more perfect, I could fit into that thin ideal. Maybe then I'd belong, I'd fit in, I'd be loved, I'd be successful, I'd like get into the clique. But the truth is, like, every time I tried to be someone else, I just felt like I lost a little bit more of myself. The women in my community, they're exactly the same. They've been battling binge restrict cycles, yo-yo dieting, the guilt, the I'll start again on Monday, hidden in the photos, hated their clothes, felt exhausted from trying to be everything for everyone. But there's always like something that they do have in common, which I love, is that power. Like, well, so that power for decision, that desire for like not like that desire that's sitting in the back of their minds for that freedom, for that peace, for a life that finally feels theirs, and not trying to fit this mold. Like they are like, right, I am ready for this. Embrace my uniqueness. I just need to find a way to do it with someone and a community that gets me and understands me with the same issues, the same problems. And MisFIT Club isn't about forcing you into some like shiny version of discipline, because you know how I feel about that. Discipline is a load of bullshit. Sorry. But it's more than discipline, okay? There's so much more behind it. I won't go into it in this podcast, maybe that's for another time. Anyway, but what it is about, it's rebuilding your relationship that you have with yourself, your mind, your body, and with food as well, okay? Like that is what it's about. So inside MisFIT Club, we are going to work on breaking those yo-yo cycles. It's about movement, it's about nourishment, it's about mindset. This isn't about rules and punishment, because diet culture, we've had enough of that, okay? So this is just, it's not another thing that you're like, oh, I can't start because I'm going to fail, because that's not my approach. That's not how we do things. That's not how I do things in MisFIT Club and in my one-to-one coaching. What I want is to create space, for you to not only build strength physically, but mentally as well. Because I want you to learn, and you will learn, how to eat without guilt, without spiraling, and without needing to make up for it for the next day, like punishing yourself the next day. You're really going to start understanding your body instead of fighting against it. You start moving because you feel alive, you're energized, you feel good, and it's because it's something you want to do for yourself, not because you're trying to earn food, okay? Or not, it's like, oh, it's okay because I went to the gym, so I can now eat that cake. I deserve it. That's the diet culture mindset. That's the cycles that we're trying to break. So if you're someone that's saying that, you're like, oh no, hang on, I feel a bit seen. That's what I do. Then this is definitely for you. If you're stuck in those cycles, because what is most important to me is that you learn to feel free again, okay? You learn to trust yourself again. You learn that there is something that works for you, that works for you, your lifestyle, and you can embrace yourself, your unique self, because that's what I'm all about. When you can finally meet yourself where you are, everything changes. You stop chasing shortcuts and start really building those foundations. And that's what I'm all about. One of my modules is building those foundations for nutrition as well. So you really can understand how you build on nutrition without making it complicated, because trust me, people do seem to make it really overcomplicated, and it doesn't need to be. Something I'm very passionate about. It's let's just make it simple, guys. Don't overcomplicate it. We've already got busy lives. Don't need to feel overwhelmed by food. You're already feeling that. That's why these cycles are happening. So I want you to stop chasing those shortcuts. Really start working on the foundations of your health and well-being. Stop hiding in those baggy clothes. They start wearing what actually makes you feel like you, your unique self. So many women I speak to have a wardrobe of clothes that they haven't worn because they've lost their confidence in it. They I can't wear that anymore. But you can, of course you can. Just need to get you feeling confident enough to do so. But so you're going to stop fighting your body and start actually listening to it, because again, diet culture tells us not to listen, not to oh, I can't have that because it's bad. I shouldn't feel like this because that's not what I should do or feel. We want to start listening to your body. So can you start trusting it again? Because I've watched women who felt utterly stuck, and they've suddenly realised, do you know what? I can actually do this. I'm not failing. I just need a different kind of support. I just needed someone that understands me and learn how to break these cycles. Something that doesn't involve a load of guilt and a load of shame. Because again, that's not what I'm all about with diet culture. I've done enough of that. This is more about building trust, empathy, and you feeling coming into your own again, So you need to know that, someone that understands that you might have a late night binge, you might have emotional eating, you might wear the I'm fine mask for the fear of trying again because you failed before. But when you surround yourself with people that have get it, who understand those things, in a community, it becomes so much easier to rise, because you're not hiding things from shame and guilt, because you can talk about it, okay? So if you're listening to this and something in your chest feels tight, if you're tired of feeling alone in your struggle, If you want to feel like strong, calm, confident, and feel at peace with food in your body, 'cause that's what I'm all about, then the MisFIT Club is absolutely here for you. Like, not to change who you are, but to help you come into yourself and step into your own light as your unique, wonderful, fabulous self. Because the world doesn't need you to fit in. I'm all about that. Don't need to fit in. It needs you to show up as the woman you're always meant to be. Okay, so if this resonated even a little and you want to know, I want you to know so you don't have to stay stuck. Like, just send me a message, ask questions, share your story with me, because you are not on your own here, okay? I've got you. And if you feel brave today, you can definitely join us, because I'd love to have you on board and be able to help you. So you might just realise that, being a bit of a misfit like I was actually not the problem, but it's actually finding the people that get you and the people that can support you, and it's just something you haven't found yet. So the links are below. If, like, for MisFIT Club, like I said, or just message me on Instagram or on here, wherever, like, comment below, whatever works easier for you. Or follow the email link, the website link, and you can message me via there. However, do not miss out on this opportunity. Like I said, this is limited and spaces are going. We start the 5th of Jan, and if you do join in December, you will get my guide to help you through this time as well, which I've had incredible feedback on, and it's helping people already. So don't miss out on that. Like I said, you're not going to be alone through December. I've got you. So I'll leave it there with you, but of course I'm always here. Even if group coaching not for you, then obviously my one-to-one as well, which is all on their website. I'll speak to you soon.